Aloha everyone, and a warm welcome to another weekly update of vacation rentals here on Oahu. A few things to point out. First is that I'm no longer going to cover units at the Ritz-Carlton or Trump, which is now Kalahi. As I've mentioned many times in the past, those units and buildings just don't make appealing prospects for most investors. So if you have any question about those properties, you're welcome to contact me directly. That same thing applies really to Ala Moana, but I do have more people who have made offers on Ala Moana more than Trump and Ritz-Carlton. So I'm still going to include Ala Moana, but as in the past, I'm going to cover these units very quickly because most investors don't find that building or the units as really quality investments. But for this past week, really a lot of inventory. And this 52 new properties for this past week is a little deceiving because this week I am including some units that are in escrow for listings that went on the market and quickly went into escrow. I want to show those to you. When in actuality, this past week, there was 34 new listings and 8 sold properties. And with that, I'm just going to jump right into these new listings, starting at Ala Moana Hotel. First one's on the 11th floor, studio, 297 square feet, price of $195. Here's your views here, your fees, what it covers. Not a bad price, in my opinion, on that floor with ocean views. Another one, Ala Moana Studio on the 12th floor, 297 square feet. Similar, this has got the 2-bed. 15th floor studio, also 297 square feet, price at $240. Pretty similar views. And then another studio on the 22nd floor, just under $250, 297 square feet. Kind of your westward facing views. Another studio, Ala Moana on the 30th floor, 297 square feet. This is one of the units that have been updated. This is the new look for carpet and kind of wallpaper and the furnishings. $280,000, a little high in my opinion. Moving to Hawaiian Monarch Studio on the 18th floor, $315,000, 247 square feet. Very low monthly fees. Has pretty good views. Really basic unit. Obviously needs to be really refreshed. Popcorn ceiling. This unit is kind of an indicator of the overall state of the whole building. As I've mentioned many times, if the building was well maintained, I'd be a fan. Some of the units have great views, but not in its current condition. Hawaiian Monarch on the 10th floor, 223 square feet, very small studio, $350,000. Obviously a better maintained unit. Remove the popcorn ceiling. Nice eastward facing views. The Alawai. Keep in mind too, this is a good indicator. The building is right on the corner of Alawai and pretty much Makoli. And you're gonna get quite a bit of noise with traffic here. Especially if you're a lower floor unit. But nice upgraded bathroom. And good job with the photographer. Yeah, that's nice. And that's priced quite well. Island Colony on the 15th floor, 316 square feet, price of $365. Your views here, your monthly fees. Quite a few new listings at Island Colony this week. Some really quality units came on. This is fairly nice. I mean, it's got some decent furnishings, no popcorn ceiling. These units do have spacious lanais. Like that little workstation, that's a nice touch. They did a nice job remodeling the bathroom. Again, pretty good pictures, so congrats to the listing agent. Nice to have a little cooktop here. Not bad, $365. I think that's a little high being on the 15th floor in that condition. Another studio at Island Colony on the 32nd floor, $385,000. Gonna have some great views at this floor. There are no interior photos. It's described as average condition. So really depending on the condition of the unit, potentially that could be a decent price. Another studio at Island Colony. This is on the 28th floor, 315 square feet, priced at $390. This is a pretty nice unit. I thought I'd have a client interested in making an offer, but they passed on it. A lot of common areas at first. I'm going to kind of skip over fairly quickly. It's a little dated in some ways, but it is well maintained. And I do like this, the the living space. Still has a popcorn ceiling though. But I do like the furnishings and just that look. And I like the flooring here they put on this lanai. And from this floor, you'll be able to see Friday night fireworks right over here. So I'd expect to see this go into escrow fairly quickly. Island Colony on the 22nd floor, 395,308 square feet. Another pretty nice unit. I'm not sure. I think that color, just this color pattern here, may be off-putting to some people. Gonna have some great sunrises over here, though. But quite a nice unit, $395. Island Colony on the 15th floor, priced at $399, 308 square feet. This is a unique one. I'm curious to get if you want to leave your comments on what you think of this space. Very customized for a particular person looking to stay in the unit. And this red kind of gives you a clue what it's going to be like. But very much kind of a lover's honeymoon getaway suite. I mean, the red curtains. I like the floating shelving and how the kitchenette opens up to the living space. That's pretty unique. I like that. That's creative. I'd like to see their financials. But that's a little tight. I mean, having the bed so close to the kitchenette area. Yeah, I'm curious to see what that's going to sell for. Island Colony, this is a nice unit on the 29th floor, priced at $415, 316 square feet. This owner or seller has a couple units. He put another unit on the market this week I'll cover in a moment. That is some clients make an offer on. And these things, some months are grossing over 7,000. This unit and the other unit that they put on the market. Pretty remarkable. And when I say gross, that includes your taxes and cleaning fees. Only kind of thing I disliked about this unit was the bathroom door did not open all the way. It would hit the counter right about here, which I wasn't keen on. But yeah, it's a nice unit and definitely seems like it's financially performing very well. And that's why they're asking that premium. So because $415 for a studio is pretty steep over Moana, over at Island Colony. Here's a one bedroom over Moana, penthouse, 581 square feet, just under 500,000. Check this out though. Your gross income for 2024, just under 58,000. That's not too good. I mean, you can definitely, if you're gonna buy something around this price range, you can invest elsewhere and do better. But beautiful views, but look at your monthly fees here, really high, although it does include electricity. This unit has been upgraded with the new flooring. And one other thing to point out is that right here you have the Moana Shopping Center, and down below this picture here, there's a big parking deck that rumors at some point is going to be developed. So if you hold this unit long-term, potentially you may have some loss of views if that tower does ever get constructed. Yeah, here's a good look at the parking deck right here. Supposedly, this is going to be developed. Marine Surf on the 18th floor, studio 392 square feet, priced at $540. A little high in my opinion based on has popcorn ceiling, carpet, just needs to be, and not furnished. I would consider this pretty much just redo everything. It's nice to have a little ocean views here. But we manage 2 units in this building, and we get a lot of good demand. It's a great thing is that these units do come with parking, which people really, really love because it's central Waikiki, can be difficult to find parking. Here's a studio over at Pacific Monarch on the 8th floor. This has been on and off the market for quite some time, so I just covered this not too long ago. 352 square feet, price at $560. Nice looking studio. Got the split AC. So price a little high. Hawaiian Monarch. So one bed, 2 bath on the 22nd floor, 670 square feet, price is $620. Pretty high based on the comps. A lot of these 1 bed, 2 baths sell below like in the high 580s or so, 560 to 580. But this is a nice looking unit, and these units can be split into 2 units, a studio with bath and then a 1 bedroom bath. Great views. Stacked washer dryer, that's unique. So they did a good job here. Yeah, it's a good looking unit. Again, the building is pretty dated. I've known people have stayed in there and just and investors alone in there, and it just, that building overall just needs some TLC. I would personally, if I had $620 or so, I'd invest it elsewhere. Hawaiian Monarch, another 1 bed, 2 bath is on the 32nd floor, price at $630. Nice, really well maintained unit. I mean, this is probably the best 1 bed, 2 bath I've seen. Really nice, clean look. They did a great job. And one appealing thing is your monthly fees are really quite low compared to some other buildings. $1,000 a month. Homes at Waikiki on the 2nd floor is a 1 bed, 1 bath. Does come with parking. Price is $650. 793 square feet, so pretty spacious unit. Thought I might have a client who was interested in this one, but it's not too keen on the building. But nice looking unit. This is all hotel furnishings, but you can customize your units in this building if you wanted to. But your fees are pretty high, almost $2,000 a month, but that does include electricity. Ilikai on the 12th floor, 1 bed, 1 bath. This is a pretty nice unit. I looked at it the other day, $655,000. No parking though. City Mountain Views, price at $952. I mean, really, it's got a nice look and feel to it. A little concerned about, on this floor, hearing the noise from the street below. I do have clients who own on this side of the building on the 19th floor, and it's actually a top 1% Airbnb unit. This beautiful bathroom here. See here, you got Moana. So being out here, you will get some street noise. But again, my clients own on the 19th floor, and it's not too bad. But I think based on the condition, that's a pretty good price. Waikiki Banyan, incredibly, there's 35 listings now on the market at Waikiki Banyan. A ton of units came on the market this week. This is one in the Makai Tower, Tower 1 on the 9th floor. All these units in Banyan come with parking. This one's 533 square feet, $695,000. And they have started pool deck renovations. It's supposed to last about 16 months. I would wager it's going to last longer than that. And they're only allowed to make noise between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And I was just in a client's unit that we manage on the 31st floor, and it's pretty noisy during the day. I hate to say it, but they're jackhammering all the cement on the pool deck. So this a little more appealing because you're on the opposite side of the pool deck here, so it's going to be a little less noisy here. A little peekaboo view here when you're kind of angling out on the lanai. But I think that's priced high based on that floor and that condition. Another one at Banyan on the 22nd floor, priced at $735. Pretty nice looking unit here. This one is overlooking the pool deck, so you're going to be doing some more noise than that prior unit. But nice looking kitchen. I like how it's all set up. And you get a little bit of ocean view. This is an apartment building right here. It's too bad you kind of really obstruct your Diamond Head view. Another one at Waikiki Banyan on the 37th floor, $735,000. This is in the Malka Tower, the Malka Tower. Beautiful, beautiful views. Beautiful views on a sunny day, or even on a rainy day. You may get rainbows here. You're gonna get some beautiful sunrises. And in fact, here's just the other morning, I had a client who wanted me to take a sunrise video of Waikiki Sunset. So here gives you an idea what sunrise looks like from these mountain view units. Really beautiful. That's the earliest I've ever gotten up to for a showing, but it's kind of a treat to see such a beautiful sunrise. But nice looking unit. I would definitely redo a few things. But not priced pretty well on that floor, in that condition. Waikiki Sunset on the 10th floor, $750. Another property that comes with, the units come with parking. Monthly fees though are $1,200 a month. It does include electricity and AC. There is a special assessment running until December 2028. This is covering the AC fan coil replacement. Waikiki Sunset on the 10th floor. This is another building where the units do come with parking. This is priced at $750. Monthly fees are just over $1,200, but it does include electricity and AC. There is a special assessment. That's what this $275 is for, that runs to December 2028. And that covers the AC coil replacement, which they are just finalizing right now in the building. And I recently saw some, I'm going to show you some renderings of the lobby renovations that they have upcoming. Really going to look really, really nice. Decent looking unit. And I mean, if you angle out, that obviously you see Diamond Head. But for that floor, I think that's priced high. Waikiki Banyan, this is on the 30th floor, $800,000. I think they're pushing this valuation here just based on its condition. And just the stacks too. You'll get some decent views, but you got Tower 1 right here. And really, in my opinion, if you were you can probably salvage the cabinets here, but if you're gonna want to optimize to get the highest rents, new countertops, new appliances, remove the popcorn, new flooring, new furnishings. But these views are actually in person much better than you see in this photo, but I'd be surprised to see it sell for that price point. Another one at Waikiki Banyan on the 15th floor, $830,000. Beautiful unit. But this is, for these views, in my opinion, it's kind of a premium you're paying for. Yeah, if this is on a higher floor in this condition, like this exact unit on a higher floor, definitely say that would be a pretty attractive price. And this still may sell. I mean, for such a turnkey unit, guests will love it. But being on the 15th floor, yeah, I would probably advise my clients to perhaps wait. Waikiki Sunset. This is a really rare opportunity here. 2-bed, 2-bath penthouse, 1,200 square feet. 38th floor, $1.8 million. It's a nice looking unit. I toured this the other day. And that's just a steep price. I know a realtor who's an investor. He bought a penthouse 2-bedroom on the ocean side about a year ago for like just under 1.2 million. Need to be fixed up, but if that ocean view penthouse is fixed up, I can see someone paying 1.8 million. But for this, I mean, it's quality, but that's a really rich price when you look at other 2-bedroom opportunities around the island and what kind of return you can get. If this was remodeled like the that last Banyan unit we looked at, like really high quality finishes and newly remodeled, I could potentially see 1.8, but I'm really curious to see what it's going to sell for. I had a client ask me about it, but after I toured it, I just told him I thought 1.8 is too high. Kuilima Estates West. This is a nice 2-bed, 2.5 bath. These don't come on the market very often at all. A little over 1,150 square feet. This is over on the North Shore, Turtle Bay area. You have the Ritz-Carlton right here. Very desirable place to visit, hang out. Just a beautiful spot. 2.17 million. Very quality. And in the listing remarks, it says that they have about 120,000 in future bookings already set up. But yeah, that's really, really nice. Beautiful, beautiful photo there. Might be photoshopped. That to me is pretty good price based on that condition. Beach villas, a couple new listings at beach villas this past week. This is on the 9th floor, almost 1,300 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath. Beach villas is over in West Oahu and Kuilima. Kind of a similar feel to Turtle Bay, except being on the west side. This is a really high-end resort area. You have the Four Seasons, Alani Hotel. There's a Marriott, highly rated golf course, some great restaurants. But let me zoom out. Can be a trek to get there from Waikiki, Honolulu area, especially in the afternoon, weekdays where traffic's really heavy. No traffic, it'd still take you about 45 minutes or so. But beautiful, beautiful property. There's two towers, Ocean Tower and the Beach Tower. And I have a client who's been watching this building, maybe interested in buying a 2-bedroom. This right here is, it sounds like sooner than later they're going to develop a new hotel. So keep that in mind. You're going to have some loss of view. But all these units at Kuilima really have the same look. Very high-end furnishings. And they do come with parking. Pretty good price in my opinion. Another one at Beach Villas is on the 2nd floor. There's a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2 parking stalls, 1,650 square feet, just under 2.9 million. This one though, you see you're just above the common area. It's going to be a little noisy. Got the entryway there. Okay, now moving on to a couple of units that came on the market that went into escrow really quickly. This unit over Island Colony on the 17th floor, this is that price at $390. I did have clients make a really strong offer on this one. I was disappointed they got beat out. And this unit was doing over, again, some months, $7,500 a month gross revenue, which is pretty amazing for Island Colony. But curious, I'm guessing that's going to sell $395 or higher would be my guess. The other unit that came on market that quickly went into escrow was this 2-bed, 1-bath over Waikiki Sunset on the 33rd floor. These units don't come on the market too often. I've had 2 clients buy 2 bedrooms off market. I found them off market opportunities. And this one was priced quite well, in my opinion. I had a client reach out to me who currently owns, who expressed interest in this one. Great stack to own in. Only thing is that this is on the 13th stack, so the bedrooms are going to have mountain views. where ideally you want to own in the 14 stack where two of my clients own. But I was really disappointed how this was handled because it went on the market and right away it went into escrow. And I contacted the listing agent and she told me that one of her colleagues in their office had a buyer already lined up to buy the unit. So given that, I really don't understand why they even put this on the market if they already had a buyer lined up, because it wastes people's time to contact their clients, have clients get excited, and they don't even entertain other offers. Again, I just don't get the point. But this unit, if you want to really maximize rental income, needs to be remodeled. So here's your mountain views, but yeah, I'm guessing if they did an offer review date, that this probably would have sold over $1 million. And here's another one that I'm amazed how quickly it went to escrow. Waikiki Shore, which is the only beachfront vacation rental in Waikiki. 5.9 million, 3 days in the market, 2-bed, 2-bath, boom. I mean, hard to beat that though, but I just did not expect this to go so quickly. But I love it. And it still needs to be updated. But 8th floor, great floor to own on. Yeah, pretty remarkable. Now moving on to sold, Moana studio, 11th floor, price of $170 or sold for $170. Another one, Moana on the 8th floor, $308. Aloha Surf on the 11th floor. This is a pretty nice opportunity here, $325. Island Colony on the 12th floor, $338, 3 days on the market. Island Colony on the 30th floor, nice looking unit, sold for $375. Royal Garden at Waikiki, a studio on the 18th floor, sold for $420. Hawaiian Monarch, this is a 1-bed, 2-bath. Not a bad price here on the 28th floor, sold for $515. 7 days on the market. That seller must have been motivated. Waikiki Banyan on the 16th floor, $650,000. Waikiki Banyan on the 18th floor. We're actually going to be starting to manage this unit shortly, $780,000. This is a nice corner unit. And then Waikiki Banyan on the 37th floor. Not a bad price here. He's going to have some amazing views as this picture shows. $815,000. Congrats. And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Any questions at all, you're welcome to contact me and I'll be back next week. Take care.